Eric West here, HawaiiRealEstate.org, coming to you live from the beautiful island of Maui, Hawaii. The title of this video is Maui Vacation 2024 Update. But can I be honest with you? The real reason I'm shooting this video, the real reason, can I just be transparent? I've got a new gimbal. And I'm testing it out to see how it works. What do you think so far? Huh? This is the new DJI Osmo 6. Yes, ah! And I thought, you know what? It's been a while since I went live. I just missed the sunset because technical issues. And I'm actually coming to you live from the beautiful neighborhood of Ka'anapali. And I'm on my e-bike. Check it out. Hang on. Pushed the wrong button the wrong way. Oh, it doesn't go down that far. Okay, so there you go. So you can see, I'm not on. I gotta slow down. Way too much happening at one time. Anyway, yeah. I'm usually on the one wheel. I was gonna say my little buddy, my one wheel. But today I'm on the e-bike. This is the Kona. Not to be confused with the cat Kona or the dog Koa. But it's the... Okay, we're gonna talk about Maui 2024 vacation, by the way. I will not let you down. And we are gonna actually head down to the ocean right now, because we have the remnants of the sunset, but right now I gotta get through this gate. Hang on a sec. Just bear with me. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so what's going on Maui Vacation 2024? If you saw, I posted in the community tab just a few minutes ago. Okay, maybe it was a few hours ago. 4 restaurants that have gone out of business in Kihei, all of them quite popular establishments. So if you haven't seen that post yet, please go check it out. So it's not just West Maui that's suffering at the moment, right? It is all of Maui that is suffering at the moment at the hands of no tourism. Now, just to give you a little difference between then being COVID and now being post-fire, is during COVID what they did is they actually, if you remember, Hawaii Tourism Board, I think it was, they gave out, I think it was $500 restaurant gift certificates, right? So they were encouraging people, please come. And there goes my internet. Oh, goodness gracious. Here we go. Yes, sir. Maui Jim. All right, enough of me. Let me show you where we're going. They were encouraging people to come to Maui, and they had these gift certificates, right? That you could get $500 so that you'd go hit the restaurants. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. And then you're also sending a message to the world saying, hey, please come to Maui. We want you here. But that is not happening this time around, is it? Nope. Slowly but surely, nothing in the media, nothing from the government, nothing from Hawaii tourism industry, nothing but negative from Lahaina Strong. Because Lahaina Strong is not just Lahaina wrong, they're also trying to make it Lahaina weak. Because it will be weak without you guys. So if you agree, if you believe that Maui cannot survive without you, the mainland visitor, the Canadian visitor, the European visitor, the Asian visitor, if you agree with that, be sure to like the video, share the video, comment on the video, show the algorithm that you care, because Sharon is Karen, or Karen is Sharon. And let's hope you don't live next to a Karen. Oh, it's too funny. Anyway, you can see what's left of the remnant of the sunset. We're heading down towards Ka'anapali. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to take a quick drive, a quick ride, test out the new gimbal, and see what's happening down there in Ka'anapali. And you can see the numbers for yourself. I've done so many of these videos in the past where we go down to Whalers on just some random night. What is today, Monday? Man, let me tell you what it felt like a Monday. If it felt like a Monday to you, hit me in the comments. Hey, by the way, this is what I'm calling the golf cart lifestyle. Oh man, you're gonna see it in the raw. So what you basically do, what you gotta do, brah, is you gotta go get in one golf cart and hit them. Down for some ono grinds. Yes, sir. So she's going down for a little, who knows, could be a cocktail, could be picking up her husband after a long day of golfing. and you can't drive the other golf cart legally, she could be heading down for what's left of a evening sunset sesh. Who knows what she's doing? But she's definitely doing what I call the golf cart lifestyle. And that's what happens when you live. Oh, there's another one. See? They're all just tooling around, having a blast. I would do these from my golf cart, but the golf carts are a little shaky and are a little loud, so they don't make for good YouTube. So that's why I usually do the one wheel. You can see the sprinklers are going off here, right in front of the Maui El Dorado, which is to our south. Shout out for Maui El Dorado. And we'll just go ahead and sally forth here. Whoa, there was a car that was coming, so I had to quickly divert. Oh, but he turned. Okay, never mind. Anyway, nice shot. How's that smooth video, huh? Is the live still live? Can you feel the beauty? Can you see the stars? Can you feel the vibrations, the Maui magical molecules? Can you feel the salt air, the perfect temperature, the no bug zone, which is pretty much everywhere except for Haiku. Parts of Kula, but the west side is the best side, and there's no bugs, nothing to bug you. Now the people might bug you. Bugs get a bad rap, don't they? No, I'm just kidding. I hate bugs. But the good news is on Maui, there's not that many of them, really. The occasional centipede, the occasional flying cockroach. And of course, when it comes to termites, my favorite line is, every house on Maui either had, has, or is about to have termites. Maui's a giant termite and anthill. So don't get too upset about those termite reports. But you got to make sure you have an agent that represents you so you know how to get that termite tenting no matter what. Because a lot of listing agents will try to skirt that bugger right there. Because that could be anywhere from, 8 to 30 grand. Got to make sure that, hey, if those homeowners aren't tenting, then you got to get them caught up when you buy. Anyway, here we are at the beautiful Whaler. Love the Whaler. Shout out. Double shout out for the Whaler. And then we'll head into Whaler's Village. So overall, what's the status of Vacation Maui 2024? It is, please come. All right, let's just have a quick little heart-to-heart right now. Okay, here we go. Ready? All right, first and foremost, live your life every day with aloha. That is the energy of love. That is the energy of giving, caring about your fellow human being, leaving the drama behind, leaving, of course, any type of thoughts of violence or cursing or anything towards your neighbor that's not 100% love. Treat others as you wish to be treated. And that just goes for everywhere, not just Hawaii. But it's kind of what put Hawaii on the map was this whole aloha vibe, if you will, where people were like, living in this higher state of consciousness, essentially. And people would come here and they would notice it. They'd be like, wow, man, these people are so nice and so loving and so cool. And they could just feel it. So you can sense that feeling of aloha. But really, it's just love. So that's the first and foremost thing. No matter what you do, even if you don't come here on vacation, take a vacation from the negative vibrations and just envelop yourself in feelings of love for yourself, for others, and especially, ready for this one? Your enemies, those that you hate, those that are opposed against you, those that are trying to destroy you and hurt you. You gotta love them, man, because love overcomes everything, right? It endures all. It is what makes the world go round. And I believe when you come here on vacation, you will experience a tangible manifestation of that aloha. So that's number one. Here's number two, ready? Go shopping while you're here to support your local business owners. Because the number one way I think you can show aloha in this life is coughing up some cash for your fellow neighbor. In exchange, of course, for goods and services. But if you want to just give out of the kindness of your heart, you can do that too. Just like Lynn Oaks. Got another Lynn Oaks envelope in the mail. Lynn Oaks, I'm thinking about you. I'm thanking you. Your donations to the fire survivors goes further than you know. So thank you again, and I will continue to find those in need of those checks, and we'll continue to hand them out. So how's the gimbal doing so far? Can you see it doesn't shake like my last one? The last one started this horrible shake like I was on crack or something, or caffeine. Excuse me. That's all right. So here we go. All right, so you're gonna get a sense what the numbers are looking like. Now the numbers that don't lie are the statistics, the Maui visitor statistics, which is we're down. But at least you'll get a sense of what it's looking like and feeling like right now at the peak of dinner time in Ka'anapali, right here next to Monkey Pod and Louis Vuitton. So you can not only get your favorite pizza and Mai Tai, but you can also go across the sidewalk there and pick up your $8,000 purse. And then two of my favorite restaurants down here towards the bottom, which is of course Leilani's and Hula Grill. Now both of those restaurants are split between the top and the bottom. So the bottom is more of a beach cafe with that beach cafe menu, hamburgers, tacos, and whatnot. And then the upper levels are fine dining. Of course, I recommend the fine dining, but the lower level beach cafes are very good as well. Matter of fact, Hula Grill has got the sand, so you can stick your toes in the sand while you have that drink in your hand. And here's a beautiful shot of ground zero of Whalers Village here in the beautiful, world famous, voted the best beach on planet Earth, Ka'anapali. I don't know about you, but there's just something fun about being around people on vacation. They put out a vibe too. It's called Yes Aloha. It's called chilling out, relaxing, having fun, eating good food, hanging out with friends and family, enjoying some time off from the daily stressors of life, maybe enjoying a little honeymoon action, or just got married action, or just got anniversary action, or maybe it's a baby moon. Who knows? Whatever it is, they're having a good time. They got their perfume on and their cologne on. They're in their Sunday's best, even though it's Monday. And maybe it's just board shorts and a nice pair of brand new Olokai slippers. But whatever it is, man, it's Maui style, and it's the only style. Because when you're here, man, trust me, you are styling. At least that's how I always felt. I don't know about you, but when I came here on vacation, I've lived here now 14 years, but when I came here on vacation, I just felt like, man, I must have done something special. I must have done something special this year. Just feel like it's a special year if I came to Maui that year. I just felt like, man, it's a special one. Now there's some years I didn't come here, mainly because I was flat broke. I'm just kidding. Probably would have been if I'd have come to Maui, spent my last $5,000 on vacation. But had lots of great years. I came here just as a reward for a good year, or just a surprise for the wife. Just like, hey, babe, you won't believe it. Guess where we're going next week? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to blindfold you and take you to the airport, and you're not going to know until we land. But I got to put the cotton ball in the ears too, because you can't hear the announcement on the radio at the at the airport lounge when they go, boarding Kahului, flight 457, now boarding. So it's hard to do that undercover thing. My mom and dad did it one time. I forget, I think my dad surprised my mom with a trip to the Caribbean or something like that. But anyway, here we are, nice little Westin. They got some nice oceanfront cocktailing, eating. This is where a lot of the weddings happen right here. But you're kind of getting a sense for the vibe, aren't you? The numbers of folks. Yeah, look at that last Instagram shot. Got the nice fireside.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, no worries. They completely redid the Westin right after COVID. So if it's all right with you guys, we'll just continue this little jaunt. If that's all right. iPhone seems to be adjusting the lighting appropriately. Huh? Let's go. Of course, that's looking towards the island of Molokai. And let me tell you what, the gimbal is performing flawlessly. See, my blood pressure just went down. I just started relaxing myself. I just started getting into the vibe. Because if there's one disadvantage of living here, I'll tell you what it is. You just don't get the same Maui high that you do when you're on vacation. It's still there, right? It's still there. It's just like you are adjusted to a certain degree. It's like if you come here on vacation for a week or two, it's like you're like that kid at college that just showed up his freshman year and never had an opportunity to drink in high school or his parents' house, and he's at that first kegger, right? And he does the first like triple shot of vodka and a beer, and he's just flying around like a madman. He's just out of control, basically. And that to me is what it's like when if you don't come to Maui very often, you're just like, woohoo! The energy just overwhelms you, man. But then when you live here, you're like a alcoholic. You know what I mean? You're like legally intoxicated all the time, but you kind of act normal. Does that make sense? I have no idea where I come up with this stuff, by the way, guys. It just comes out of nowhere. That's part of the reason I like doing lives, is because I just end up saying stuff that I'm entertained to a certain degree. Of course, you're probably bored by now, so. Okay, I wanted to show you this though real quick, just for fun. You know, we got to have a little bit of current events on our lives. What the hell's going on here? What are they crazy ass government trying to do to us regular people with their power schemes backed by who knows what and why and whoever? But here's the latest and the greatest. Are you ready? So here we are at the Ka'anapali Ali'i. This is the premier oceanfront condominium. Probably the highest cost per square foot. Why? Because the location, right? It is in the meat of Ka'anapali, on the point, with a surf break and a boatload of sand. Like, this thing always has a football field of sand right in front of it. It's been this way for years, man. Just the thickest, meatiest part of the entire Ka'anapali beach. Well, guess what happened a couple summers ago is we had a surf event. That's right. It wasn't sea level rise. It wasn't climate change. It was a massive swell. And the massive swell came in here and it swept all of this sand out, and it took out the sidewalk. So the sidewalk used to continue, if you will, from here. You can see where it ends right there. See that? Hang on. Let me zoom in. You can see where this is where the yellow brick road ends, right? This is where I'm about to show you the grand wizard behind the curtain, and it's called Lahaina Strong. So anyway, this is where, and kind of cheeky, but this is where the sidewalk ended, right? So the Ali'i wants to put in the sidewalk again. They're like, yeah, we're tired of people like walking through our resort, and tourists are kind of tired of having to walk through the sand, right? That's kind of annoying, especially if you're a little drunk. You know, who wants to walk on the sand? You want to walk on the sidewalk, right? Duh. So anyway, there's been this sidewalk here forever. So the Ali'i, God bless their high net worth hearts, they put in for the permit to put their sidewalk in, right? And guess what happened? The county said, no can, brah, no can. That's pidgin for, sorry man, can't do it. But why? Oh, the sea level has risen. There's a climate change. There's a new high water mark. And by the way, the new high water mark goes right through your two oceanfront buildings. So could you please manage your retreat? Could you please just move your oceanfront buildings? Just pick them up and put them back there somewhere over there. But guess what? You're not going to put in that sidewalk. And we'd like you to please remove your multi-billion-dollar asset somewhere else. And if you think I'm making that up, I wish I was, but I'm not. So anyway, there's the little dose of reality. Maui Vacation 2024 update is come stay at the Ali'i now before they got to tear the buildings down to make the cabal happy. I'm not kidding. Okay, shall we continue? Let's do it. All right, guys. So anyway, that's my little story. Once upon a time, there was no climate change, but there was a huge political agenda to land grab. Once upon a time. In a land not so far away. Matter of fact, it's coming to a town near you called the Stakeholders. The stakeholders are ready to eat their steak. And guess who's paying the bill? You are. You are going to pay for the stakeholders' stake. They're going to throw you the tab, take over your private property rights, and just turn it into like high security, monitored. You're going to microchip you, they're going to scan you, and then they're going to biologically suck your energy with the chromosome, whatever. I know, I'm just having fun now, guys. Don't get me wrong. But guess what? Truth is typically stranger than fiction, and conspiracy theory is only conspiracy theory until it isn't, and then it's your reality. So I don't know about you guys, but I think we ought to wake up sooner than later and figure out what is truth, what is fiction, what is conspiracy theory, and what is a blatant assault on the rights of our citizenry and the Constitution of the United States, and not to mention the Constitution of every state. That happens to be very similar to our U.S. Constitution, and the fact that the political figures have sworn to uphold the Constitution. And if they don't, those treasonous bastards, they ought to be put away. Do you agree? Hit me in the comments. Let me know. All right, guys, if it's all right with you, we're just gonna keep this going. We're just gonna keep this live going, man. Because guess what? It's YouTube Live. It's supposed to be like this. Periscope. Remember Periscope? I'm just scoping you with my periscope into my reality. There is no agenda here, unlike Lahaina Strong has an agenda, and Maui Strong, and all these other so-called 501c3s that took everyone's hundreds of millions of dollars and didn't give it to a single fire survivor. I know it, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's the truth. But the truth always comes out. That's the good news, right? At least it should, eventually. Like, how about that P. Diddy guy, huh? Come on. Hope he doesn't show up dead. Of course, they say Epstein isn't dead anyway. He just faked his own death, his suicide or whatever. And he's probably back on another teeny bopper island. And who knows? But I don't know about what you guys think, but I think it's time for the ship to sink for these people. It's time for them all to get exposed. It's time for the truth to come out. It's time for them to be held accountable for their crimes against humanity, crimes against children, crimes against helpless women, helpless men, sex workers, and even the bodyguards they didn't bother paying. And all the videotapes, huh? What's all that about? Well, we know what that's about, right? They videotape people doing these sexual acts under the influence of drugs, and then they use those to blackmail them and hold them hostage and control them. That is the oldest play in the playbook. Speaking of play, they used to do it at the Playboy Mansion, and that's how they gain power. So we all know what's going on. Let's not pretend like we don't. We're just trying to wake up some fellow humans that just don't quite get it yet, right? They're gonna figure it out though. Thank God for YouTube and social media and other things that are not totally and utterly censored, although they're doing their best, aren't they? So here we are, Hula Grill. And Fine Dining, Hula Grill. Oh, I'm sorry, Hula Grill Fine Dining doesn't have an upstairs. It has a second little upstairs. Sorry, thank you. But yeah, oh man, if you guys could smell what I smell right now, oh yes, you know what it is, man, right? It's the same thing every time. Macadamia encrusted mahi, sesame seed encrusted ahi, seared with just a little dab of sesame oil, and the little wasabi mixed with a little hula pie. Because if you don't get your carbs at the end of that meal, right, according to Huberman, you haven't closed the loop. That's why you're wanting that sugar sweet tooth satisfaction at the end of a meal. There's a whole part of your synapses that are just begging. They're like, hello, I need my sugar. And no better way to get it than a hula pie. All right, guys, here I am on the other side of the Whaler now. You can see I'm caught in a little crosstown traffic. Jimi Hendrix, good song, huh? Oh, that isn't crosstown traffic, is it? Whatever. So this is funny. It's not just a periscope video speaking into what I'm doing and where I'm at. It's actually sort of like a periscope into my mind. The part that I'm willing to reveal anyway. Who knows what lies beneath the subconscious? One thing I will say, on the one wheel, it's a little bit easier to get past the traffic. On a bike, it's a little tougher. It's kind of wider. My handlebars are super wide. It's like a, kind of a high performance mountain bike. So I can't just squeeze on by without like maybe donking somebody. So anyway, I could be a little more assertive, I suppose. But then again, I'm on Maui time. I really don't care. So the Whaler has their own little set of grills right there. Hey, thanks guys. Thank you. Mahalo. Hey, thanks guys. Where y'all from? England?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rightio. Tea time. Oh boy. Okay, so the tour continues. For those of you that haven't seen this live in a while, hey, how's it going? Hey! Hey! All right, now I'm watching you. Here we go. Ready? Hit us with a couple of shakas, shall we? Hey, where y'all from? Ohio, all right. Beautiful. Well, thank you for coming and supporting Maui. Do you? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for the shout out. Aloha. Go blimey, eh? You pommy? Uh-oh. Get in trouble with that one. I used to live in Australia, so I know that's a bad. So anyway, here we go. Maui Brewing. Did you know that Maui Brewing is here now? Fantastic brewery, very successful company, distributing worldwide now, and they are just slaying this location. I mean, you can't ask for a better spot. So if you are a Maui Brewing fan, hit me in the comments with what is your favorite. What's your favorite? Is it Bikini Blonde? Is it the IPA Big Swell? What is it? Look at these brews, man. You could have a party right there. Look at that, huh? Matter of fact, when I first came here years ago, this would have been like in 2010, I was staying at this place in Napili, and the guy that was living in the house next to me, he was the brewmaster for Maui Brewing. So I met him. I never even heard of it. And he's like, hey, man, there's a fridge in the back lanai. It's full of beers. Help yourself. I'm like, really? Okay. Oh boy, I don't remember too much of that vacation other than I fell in love with Maui Brewing, that's for darn sure. And then I remember after that vacation I went to go buy my first six-pack and I'm like, oh, these things are kind of expensive. Oh, wait a second, we have a luau going on over here at the Sheraton Black Rock. Probably my favorite resort in all of Maui. Because it's where it all started, right? It's where it began. You know, it didn't start at Cam Sands. Hello. Thanks, guys. Down in Kihei. It didn't start at the West End. It started right here at the Sheraton Black Rock. The first, the original, the one, the only, and still loaded with tons of aloha. Nicest staff, coolest vibe, not pretentious. And ironically, or not ironically, but I love how it's still relevant. The architecture, even though it was built like in the 60s, man, it just looks like a hotel that could have been built last week. It's just a relevant design, I think. All right. Here we go.
If you were to mispronounce the word and say oku, big
Uh-oh.
difference. That means stuff. I'm going to take the stage now, having fun with these two words and the song.
Sorry, my gimbal just crapped out. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. So that is the luau at the Sheraton Black Rock in the color purple. And let's see if I can get this gimbal back on here. Sorry about the delay. The shakiness. Oh, I think I'm out of battery. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. The gimbal just totally crapped out on me, but we're back in business for now. All right, we'll just continue the tour for a little bit more on your Maui Vacation 2024 update. You can see it's happening, and I can promise you one thing: the condos on Maui need you bad. The condos on West Maui especially need you bad. So yeah, stay in the hotels someday later. Right now, support your small business owners, which are, of course, the condominium owners. I guarantee you, you'll get some smoking good deals. Matter of fact, my dad just booked a friend of his at Kapalua Shores because our unit was booked already, and he got him in for, I think, $115 a night in a beautiful ocean view, one bedroom. So yeah, there's definitely some great deals to be had. So I'd highly encourage you to take advantage and support the economy. Come over here, ignore all the negative rhetoric, ignore all the whatever it is they're trying to convince you of. It ain't true. Don't believe anything you hear in the media. Don't believe anything Lahaina Strong ever says. All the negativity, and you can feel it, right? You can tell when people are just being kind of nasty and mean. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out, do you? I know I don't. They're just being goofy. We'll just aloha them back into the flow of goodness. But in the meantime, we definitely need the dollars to flow back with your presence, because that's the bottom line. Last time I checked, we all got to keep the lights on. And that happens through your presence. All right, guys. Well, hey, I think I've done enough damage. Oh, boy. Okay, here we go. Oh, the grass hut. All right, there we go. All right. Hey, thank you guys so much. I'm going to do a quick sign-off. Much aloha to you and your ohana. Much aloha to Blind Daniel, brother. I'm always thinking about you. Much aloha to you, Christian Henneke, the project manager for Lahaina Project. If you haven't checked it out yet, please go to switchforlahaina.com. He was just here. He just went back to Texas. But thank you, Christian, for all your help. And we're all making a difference. One way or another, every little thing we do helps. Like the little butterfly that flaps its wings and it turns into a tornado across the country somewhere or whatever. I don't know what that whole saying is, but all I know is that everything matters. Every little thing we do counts. And every vibration that we send out into the universe can either create goodness and love and peace and happiness and joy, or you could send out vibrations that are not so positive. So don't do that. Choose to be the change that you want to see in the world and just fight through the negativity. Just fight through it. I know there's a lot of weird negative vibes going on in the world, but I'm telling you, we can rise above that. We can be loving beings that God created. We can do that. I'm just telling you, I know it's possible. So if you embrace that thought process, please let me know. Please shaka me. Please subscribe. The shadow ban is real, unfortunately. And thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a real pleasure. And no matter what, please make Maui part of your vacation plans for 2024. Because remember this, it's the greatest lifestyle on earth, the most beautiful place on planet Earth, in my humble opinion. And I shall return. I don't know where. I don't know when. I really don't. I don't plan these things. I just go, you know what? It's time to go live. It's time to rap with the people. It's time to just let it all hang out a little bit, have some fun. And it is a Monday, and it was kind of a rough Monday, but you know what? I didn't let that hold me back. I promise you, it was a rough Monday. It really was. There's some crazy junk I went through today, man, but I'm not even gonna dwell on that. I'm not gonna think about that. I'm just gonna push ahead in positivity, love, and power. So thank you guys, till next time. I shall return. Eric West and Maui Dan and Blind Daniel and Karen Hall, wherever she went. She disappeared, she left us. Coming to you live from the beautiful island of Maui. Please come. Please, 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 please. I know you will. I know you will. And share the video. Till next time, Eric West.